All right, here's a game for everybody to play at home watching this. And mah-dry, I want you to participate in this too. Go into Google and type in DS Emulator PC.
Okay, hold on. Let me Google that. DS Emulator PC.
Now,
Reddit
don't tell me what the results are, but tell me, does the emulator that you use pop up at the top of the screen?
Yes, it does.
All right, now
first result. It's actually above the first web link, in fact.
Yeah. All right, now go back to Google and type in Game Boy Advance Emulator PC.
Hold on. Have I gone insane, or did I have attack animations turned on? I thought I had that turned off.
I think you had it turned on.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Must just
I don't know.
Sorry, what do you want me to search now?
Game Boy Advance Emulator PC.
Game Boy Advance. Oh, emulator was actually an autocomplete. PC.
All right, and
Okay,
it shouldn't
okay.
show anything above any of the first hyperlinks, but
Unfortunately not, and I don't know why.
But the first result that shows up is the name of the emulator that you're using. The first result in that hyperlink.
Yes, like it's the first additional link under it when it's got like the related links. Yeah.
All right, and there we go.
Yes, it is actually that easy to figure out where you can find an emulator. And so I do not understand why I and every single Pokemon YouTuber that I've talked to gets messaged about that literally every single day. It is unbelievable how many people don't just Google it. And what I don't get is a lot of people asking are quite young, so they grew up in a world where they only ever had Google. So I don't know why your first natural reaction wouldn't just be to Google it.
Yeah.
That's the confusing part for me, because like, with my generation, there's a decent amount of people, I'm 27, I'm not super old, but there's a decent amount of people who may have gotten the internet a little bit later than me. I had it early considering I grew up in like a village. And even then, we were learning how to use Google in like grade 3 or something. So even people my age tend to just Google shit, but sometimes they just forget that you can just Google things now and get the answer instantly. I don't know how anyone younger than me wouldn't have that as a natural reaction.
It's genuinely very confusing to our generation. And our generation kind of encapsulates some of the younger people of this generation, or maybe like the older people of this generation. We're just like a five-year gap for some people, and 5 years below us, people are still wondering, where do I go to download an emulator?
Yeah, it's so confusing. Because the thing is, when I see that message, it's not a thing of like, this person must be stupid. No, they don't know how emulators work, and that's fine, because if you didn't grow up with it, it's probably not the simplest thing in the world. What I don't get is the Googling aspect of it.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they just Google the console and then the name of the emulator?
Is it possible that they assume that because they're hearing us talking on a video, they automatically assume that we will talk to them, telling them exactly what they need to do and where to go for their question?
Maybe.
Like,
I think a lot of people don't know about the weird legality with emulators, in that it's legal in almost any country I can think of that I know about. It's legal as long as you're emulating games that you own, but it's impossible for a company to actually prove if you own it or not. So emulation's in this weird gray area where it's not illegal, and anything illegal you could do with it is impossible to prove that it would be illegal. So it's weird as hell. Usually the main argument for emulation is game preservation, which is actually really important for that, because games just die all the time and don't get sold anymore. But it is also the #1 tool for pirating.
Yep,
So it's just a weird situation altogether. So yeah, that's why a lot of YouTubers don't specifically say what emulator they use or anything like that. They just try not to talk about emulation much. Because then there's also the thing of a lot of people assume if you're using an emulator, you're cheating just because it's easier to cheat with an emulator. Because they probably don't know about Game Shark, and that You could actually
man.
cheat really, really hard back in the day on
Game
original
Shark,
hardware.
Game Shark and Action Replay were ridiculous when it came to hacking things.
Yeah, like, I think a great example of this actually is JRose11, who, he's a Pokemon YouTuber, does challenges and stuff. He's actually one of the first to really gain prominence doing it. I'm not gonna say one of the first Pokemon challenge guys, because he's not. They've been around forever. But I mean, he's one of the first that really brought it to prominence.
Side note, Misty's name is also Chloe.
By the way, I ran into a youngster called Gentleman. It was pretty great.
My swimmers are cyclists.
They don't look dressed for cycling.
Yeah, well, anyway.
Right, so J. Rose, I think he kind of unintentionally brought it up best. It wasn't the point he was trying to make, but I think it brought up the point very well. He brought up in his Magikarp, his Magikarp Fire Red run, which I had done months ago. He did it recently, and I'm not saying like, oh, he ripped me off. He didn't. It's fine. I don't care. But in his video, he said he's doing this on original hardware so that you know he's not using save states and stuff. And that's a good point. You know he's not using save states. But do you? Because earlier in the exact same run, he used a Game Shark to be able to catch a Magikarp right away, and he showed himself using it, and he explained that that's what he's doing. And so that's where the argument on emulators make it so that you can definitely cheat, whereas if you did on original hardware, that's not possible. That's where that argument kind of falls apart, and he definitely unintentionally kind of touched on that, because I actually quite like him. He's a nice guy. But that's the thing. You can cheat on original hardware. It's very easy. He did it so he could set up the challenge, which I think is perfectly fine. I do that in every challenge. Everyone does that in every challenge. They make it so they start with the Pokemon they need to do the whole challenge with it. It's part of the challenge. And so, yeah.
The rest of the challenge is trying not to kill yourself over people asking what emulator they use.
Yes. And so, literally any challenge video you watch on Pokemon, at least, on the internet, is very, very easy to cheat. In any emulator, you can turn off any kind of overlay that says when you save and load states, or you can just edit that out. Like, it is so easy to make it look legit and fake it. It's really the honor system. Like, even if they're doing original hardware, they've got to be able to upload entire bits of footage to be able to prove that it's not cheated, and even then, you don't know that it's not tool-assisted, and they set up how the battle would go if they're good enough at that shit. I don't know how to do that shit, but from what I've heard, it's not terribly hard to learn. So, just to point out there, for anyone who's worried like, he's on emulator, is he cheating? It doesn't really matter if they're on emulator or original hardware. It's very easy to cheat Pokemon runs. So, it's just completely honor system. So there's a fun fact for you.
Fun facts with the MDB guy.
Yeah, I've actually talked to a couple people who are reasonably small ones who are doing Pokemon challenges, who openly admit that other ones had told them that they saved state in battle, and they do not disclose that, and they just pretend like it was all one take or whatever. So yes, people absolutely do that. I personally don't, because I think it really defeats the purpose. Like, potentially I could have won my my Wobbuffet one if I had saved stated in battle a bunch, but I didn't, because that wouldn't be fun. I'd rather just do it legit, and so I failed that one. So yeah. So there's just a fun fact for everybody.
Everybody loves some fun facts. And totally speaking of the same thing that he was just speaking about, fan art! Barks finished her thing about the request you made. Whereas, like, spend an inordinate amount of time on mah-dry and spend only 60 seconds on whattageek. So there it is.
That's the one where they did my old hair, right?
Yes.
Is it because my hairline used to be better?
We kind of agreed that it looked a bit better back then.
Yeah, well,
it's a preference thing.
It did look better back then, I agree, but my hairline went to shit, so I didn't have many options.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it wasn't a choice because I thought the hairstyle looks better on me. I think it looks mildly, slightly worse on me. This one, the current one looks okay. The old one was better. It's that my hairline went Slavic. That's the best way to put it.
Well, at least now we know for sure it's on record. Well, it was...
Well...
Correct me if I'm wrong. Was it on record before?
What, that my old hair is better?
That your old hair was better and that you cut it now because of your receding hairline.
Oh yeah, I've said that a billion times.
Okay.
On the show.
Okay.
Like, on air, all the time. Anyone who asks, why did you cut your hair? I said, because I have a widow's peak.
See, I thought you were just talking about Fatima's mountaintop home.
No.
After you divorced her.
Yes. Oh, Beedrill learned Slam. 4 more levels for my next move. I'm kind of leveling Beedrill a little. Not because he's good, but because I want to learn a bunch of moves and hopefully get some type coverage.
I mean, it'll make take advantage of your Swords Dance.
I was gonna say, I have Swords Dance and I have Slam, but Slam is also inaccurate and garbage.
That's true.
Oh, wait, hold on. If I buy this Magikarp, is it gonna not be a Magikarp?
Mine was Seeking.
Seeking!
Oil paintings!
Seeking! Alright, I'm buying it. I got an Abra. Oh, well, actually, no, that's really good.
Yeah. It depends on what it knows, though.
I saw a bunch of comments saying that people thought I was gonna name my Poliwhirl after Okada, the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Yeah, I did. I just made a typo because I'm illiterate. Didn't you guys see my Twitter profile name? MDB never learned how to read.
I think you updated it after the series started going up.
Oh my God! My Abra has confusion. This is awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh man, that's solid. Okay.
Unfortunately, it starts at level 5, so you still got a number of levels to go to Abra.
Okay. Well, I should probably level it up a few times before I go through there, because there's actually some poison Pokemon over here I can level on. Wait, are there? No, wait, no. In Gen 1, Nidoran, male and female, are both only in that tiny little patch of grass west of Viridian.
Oh, really? Are they?
Yes, they were only put in the route before Mount Moon. As far as I know, they were only moved to also being in the route before Mount Moon in the Gen 3 remakes.
Old Rod, what did I get? It's a Magikarp, maybe. It's a Weedle!
What?
The hooked Weedle! I speared this Weedle and put it into the water!
Oh no! What am I thinking going back there to fight poison types? This is a fucking randomizer. Who knows what I'm gonna find anywhere? I just found a Zubat in the grass. I just found another Zubat in the grass. Okay, this is a fine place to level a little then.
Hi, do you have Gyarados? Want to trade it for my Nidorina?
Well, at least they're telling you the Pokemon they want.
Yeah,
right?
The other one that I walked into on my way to Vermilion was, hey, do you have Aerodactyl? Want to trade it for my Weezing?
I'm trying to remember all the trade locations now, because it was a couple months ago I did that all trades in Gen 1 run, which was a fun run. Is the earliest one you can talk to the one for Jinx?
Yes. I didn't actually check what theirs is.
You already beat Misty, right?
Yeah, I just beat Misty.
Jesus Christ, I'm not even at Mount Moon.
What do I want to do right now? Maybe go on the SSN, maybe fight some trainers. Yeah, I'll go fight some trainers. Might need to also catch a Pokemon to learn Cut eventually.
Abra is gonna be such a fucking meat grinder. Like, the Abracadabra Alakazam line is powerful in any Pokemon game, but in Gen 1, it was completely unfair, because the combined special stat was very much to his advantage. There's a lot of Pokemon like that. Hypno and Drowsy were strongest in Gen 1 as well, because they had high special. And, you know, nowadays they have really high special defense, but their actual special attack is nothing special. Not intended as a pun. But in this, because of the combined special stat, it just gives them the higher number, and so their special attack and defense are both insane.
What are you, insane? Oh wait, what am I doing? I must be insane.
Fuck. Come on, give me like 1 or 2 more fights. I just wanna... Fuck this. God, I'm just going to Mount Moon. Pick up some items, see what I get. Do I have any garbage to deposit? Cause, yeah. A bunch of X items. So, I don't know if you also do this, but in Gen 1, I rarely sell items. I usually just deposit them into my PC and sell them if my money gets really bad, because you lose so much money when you die, it's not worth preemptively selling things.
Yep, that's pretty much what I do.
How much money do you lose when you die in this again? Is it half rounded up or something?
I can't recall.
Awful.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It's really, really punishing. Like, you can flat out get to 0 money by losing repeatedly.
I'm trying to think of a game where if you lose less money. Oh, I was thinking about River City Girls versus River City Ransom Underground.
Ah.
River City Girls, you lose like 1/8 of your money, and Ransom Underground is half of your money. So, very different, very different.
Well, I just lost, or I just found the TM for Absorb. That's a real winner of a TM there.
It's a grass move, I guess.
20 power though. God damn it, Magikarp has Waterfall. That's actually a little bit worrying.
Oh yeah,
he actually does passable damage. Like, his stats are still garbage, but it's a water move. God, Magikarp's fast too. Yeah, I should turn off the attack animations. A, to speed it up so I can catch up a little bit, and B, because I'm using Confusion, and Gen 1 loves its flashing effect, so everyone will go fucking blind and have an epileptic fit.
The gamblers are called Gymnast.
Bugcatcher is preschooler.
As established in episode Uno. That's 4 for those of you who can speak Spanish.
I was gonna say Evil Uno, the pro wrestler.
Doduo used Tri-Attack. Hang on. Where's the third head?
He needs one more head to do that. Chop off a head and see if 2 grows in his place like a Hydra.
Ah. Hydra Duo.
Hail Hydra Duo. I love the Pokemon cries in this game.
They are very nostalgic and iconic.
Fun fact, by the way.
Yes.
And I don't know why the hell the game does this, but whenever you go into the Pokemon Champion battle at the end of the game, even if you have animations turned off, it'll turn itself back on.
Extra flair, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know what I got poisoned. I don't know what it's all about. I guess it's just because it's cool. It's the only game I know that does that. I'm leveling fast. This is good. Maybe I'll start making some progress.
Okay, if I'm gonna be leveling up in this area, I maybe need to not use Mankey. Because he can't one-shot thing. Double kick, sludge, and one other thing that's not an attacking move, so I didn't commit it to memory.
Splash.
Probably not Splash. It's actually Yawn, because that totally existed in this game.
Yeah, this is the one that was introduced in. And if you didn't know that Yawn was in Gen 1, I guess you're just dumb.
That, or you don't know how to use Google to find out if we're lying.
Yeah. That's the thing, is our sarcasm is so dry that I bet you a lot of people have problems with it.
What? Colon is evolving!
Is it evolving into a full stop?
No, that's what my Nidorina evolved into.
Oh.
Colon evolved into square bracket. I'm
at level 12 with Aber already. This is quick. I actually feel compelled to like walk around and grab all the items just in case I find anything good. But
Yeah.
this generation didn't have held items, so I don't know. You know, there's nothing too amazing I could find other than good TMs. Oh, the super nerd is strong man. That's great.
Yeah, that's what he was in my game too.
That's perfect. Polyroll with submission. Okay, well, I resist it, so that's not too bad.
Grimer's no psychic. Oh boy. Fun fact, Psychic has had the same attack sound throughout the entire series.
Has it?
Pretty much. It's got the exact same, like, blips and bloops from Gen 1, even in Gen 8.
Huh, that's cool.
Like, it's the identifiable, yep, that's Psychic sound.
Yeah. I think a lot of the Gen 1 sound effects are really good.
And going back to the
I
whole...
gotta put my elbow pad on.
Going back to the whole Pokemon Cries thing, like, a lot of them are still pretty identifiable even nowadays, even though they don't have those same cries anymore. Maybe, like, pitched a little bit differently nowadays.
Yeah. A lot seem to be modified. Thunderstone, okay. What are level Kadabra's gonna become Alakazam?
37, if pattern holds true.
Okay. I don't know if we brought that up. For anyone who missed the previous runs, we have a setting in the randomizer where Pokemon that have to be traded to evolve will instead just evolve at a certain level. Oh, I found a Master Ball.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Didn't I find a Master Ball already, too? I already forget. Probably not. No, I didn't. Okay, never mind. Must have been a different randomizer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't remember that.
But it just occurred to me, I have a Soda Pop in my inventory. I'll leave you to think about that for a second.
No, I don't want to think about it.
Okay. So, by having a Soda Pop, fresh water, or what have you, I can just access Saffron City right now.
Oh yeah! I didn't think about that. I hope
Someone-
I find one.
Yeah, someone reminded me that when I found a freshwater in our first recording session, I was just able to go to Saffron City now. But I had already used it, so I looked at my inventory just now and noticed, hey, I have a Soda Pop.
That's perfect. For anyone who didn't play Gen 1 but they played the remakes, in the remakes you need a tea from an old lady, which made no sense because a tea is a diuretic. But it's so that you could beat the game even if you had no money, because they really tried to keep you from soft locking after Gen 1, even though you really have to go out of your way to soft lock in these games.
Yeah.
But in Gen 1, to get to the guards, you literally just had to go to the top of the Celadon City department store and buy a pop of water or lemonade. TM for Mist, I'm never using that.